We're back, and I gotta say, all this talk about shadow selves and
Yeah.
room journeys has my head spinning.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is.
But that's what makes it so fascinating.
It does. It does.
It's how Jung takes these complex ideas
Yeah.
and connects them to our everyday lives.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not just about understanding.
Right.
It's about using that knowledge to shape our own growth.
Right. And we were talking before the break about the hero's journey. How does that idea of facing our shadow translate into, actual change in our lives?
Well, it all starts with awareness.
Okay.
We need to start paying attention to those parts of ourselves that we tend to judge, the parts we reject, the parts we deny.
The stuff we try to hide.
Exactly. Our shadow.
Yeah, those negative thoughts, the emotions that we try to suppress,
Okay.
those impulses that we just want to shove down, the parts of ourselves we don't want anyone to see.
Got it.
Those are all clues to the nature of our shadow.
It's like we're shining a light into the darkest parts of our minds.
Exactly.
So that's scary.
It can be.
But it's also incredibly liberating.
So how do we even do that?
Well, there are tools we can use.
Okay.
Things like journaling, dream analysis, even creative activities.
Okay.
These can all help us access and understand those hidden parts of ourselves.
So instead of running away from our shadow, we learn to have a conversation with it.
Exactly. By bringing those shadow elements into the light of consciousness, we can start to integrate them. Into our sense of self.
So it's not about getting rid of them. It's about acknowledging that they're there.
Exactly.
And that they're a part of us.
And understanding how they influence us.
Right.
Our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors.
Okay, this makes me think about what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With how Jung viewed religious experiences.
Okay.
Because he didn't see them as just psychological, right?
Right. He saw something more.
Something bigger.
Something transcendent.
Yeah, transcendent. Yeah. So what was that something more?
Well, Jung believed that these experiences often tapped into what he called the collective unconscious.
Right. We talked about that.
It's this shared reservoir of archetypes and primordial images that connect us all.
All of humanity.
Yeah, as if there's this deeper level of reality that goes beyond our individual minds.
And we can access it.
Yes.
Through these experiences.
So it's not just about our personal journey. It's also about this connection.
Yeah, to something much greater.
Like we're all connected.
Exactly. The individual and the collective are intertwined, each reflecting and influencing the other.
That's why Jung put so much emphasis on those religious symbols, myths, rituals.
Yeah, because he saw them as expressions of this collective unconscious.
You were talking about the Christian Trinity before.
Yeah.
And it made me think about how this idea of a collective unconscious could explain why different cultures
have their own unique symbols and beliefs.
Like they're all drawing from the same well.
Yeah, yeah.
But the water tastes different depending on where you are.
Right, they're all tapping into the same source.
That's a really insightful observation.
Thanks.
Jung believed that these universal archetypes showed up differently in different cultures.
Okay.
Shaped by their history, their social context, their unique worldview.
So, if religious experiences are tapping into something beyond us, did Jung believe in God?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And honestly, it's one that Jung himself wrestled with.
I bet.
He didn't adhere to any specific religious dogma.
Okay.
But he did recognize the power of those religious experiences. He saw them as proof of our capacity for transcendence.
Right.
Of our ability to connect with something that goes beyond the limitations of our ego.
So not necessarily a God in the traditional sense, but definitely an acknowledgement that there's something more.
Yeah, something greater than ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
That we can connect with through those experiences.
Yeah.
Something that gives us meaning, purpose, and inspiration.
Okay, I get it. I think this is all fascinating.
It is.
But I'm still trying to figure out how it applies to my life.
I hear you. That's a common challenge.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with that.
Okay.
And I think the key is shifting your perspective.
Okay, how?
Instead of thinking of Jungian psychology as just a bunch of theories, try seeing it as a lens through which to view your own experiences.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention to the symbols that resonate with you.
Okay.
The themes that keep popping up in your life.
Like recurring dreams.
Yeah, like recurring dreams.
Okay.
Those are all clues.
Clues,
to how your unconscious mind is working.
Okay, so like if I keep dreaming that I'm lost in a labyrinth,
Yeah, what do you think that means?
Well, I don't know.
It might not just be a random dream.
Yeah.
It might be your unconscious trying to tell you something.
Wow, really?
Dreams are a powerful way to access the unconscious.
So that labyrinth symbol,
Yeah.
it could mean I'm feeling lost.
It could, yeah.
In my real life.
Maybe you're feeling trapped. Or maybe you're on a journey of self-discovery, trying to navigate your own complex inner world.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah.
So recognizing the symbol is just the first step.
Exactly.
What do I do with that information?
That's where the real work begins.
Oh, boy.
It might involve facing your fears.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries.
Okay.
Exploring those parts of yourself that you've been avoiding.
Right.
It's about consciously choosing to engage with those areas where your energy is stuck.
Okay.
And finding ways to redirect it toward growth.
So it's not about some overnight transformation.
No, it's a process.
It's a journey.
It's a journey, exactly.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Right, and it's not always easy.
No, it's not. Remember that hero's journey we talked about?
Yeah.
It's not a straight line.
No.
It's full of twists and turns. Obstacles, setbacks.
Yeah.
But those challenges, they're opportunities for growth.
Right, so each time we face our shadow, each time we overcome a fear, we get stronger.
We become more whole.
Yeah, more integrated.
It's like we're putting the pieces of ourselves together.
That's a great way to put it.
And the more we engage in this process, the more we align ourselves
with
that journey of individuation that Jung talked about.
Right, becoming who we're meant to be.
Exactly. Becoming the most authentic version of ourselves.
I'm starting to see how powerful this can be.
It is powerful.
Just paying attention to our dreams.
Yeah.
Noticing the symbols in our lives.
It all matters.
Wow.
It's amazing what happens when we tune in to the language of the unconscious.
Okay.
It opens up a whole new world of understanding.
And a whole new set of possibilities.
Exactly.
This whole deep dive has been mind-blowing.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I feel like I have a whole new way of looking at myself and the world around me.
That's what we were hoping for.
But this is just the beginning, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's so much more to explore.
Yeah, Jung's work is so deep.
It is. It's like an endless ocean.
And we've only dipped our toes in.
But that first dip is often the most important.
Why?
Because it opens your eyes to the vastness, to the depth of what's possible.
It makes you want to dive deeper.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Good.
All right, so we're back. And I feel like we've been on this incredible journey.
We have.
Yeah, through Jung's mind.
It's quite a landscape.
It is.
Yeah.
We've talked about so much.
What's that?
Libido, symbols, serpents, lotuses, heroes.
It's a lot.
It is. It's a lot. But
Yeah.
how do we actually use all this stuff?
That's the important question, right?
It is.
It can't just be about understanding it all in our heads.
Right, right. Like what's the practical application here?
Well, I think the real power of Jung's work is in how we apply it to our own lives.
Okay.
It's about using these concepts as tools.
Tools for
self-discovery, for growth.
So it's not about becoming like a Jungian expert.
No, not necessarily.
It's about becoming
a more conscious and integrated person.
Yeah. And I remember you said earlier that libido transformation is like at the heart of religious experience.
Right.
So does that same idea apply to just, personal growth?
I think it absolutely does.
Okay.
It's about looking at those areas in our lives where our energy is stuck, blocked, misdirected.
Yeah.
And then making a conscious choice to redirect that energy.
Towards
something more positive.
Okay, but how? How do we actually do that?
It starts with becoming more aware of our inner world.
Okay, so like how?
It's like tending a garden.
Garden?
Yeah, you have to pay attention to the soil, the plants, the sunlight, the water. In the same way we need to pay attention to our thoughts, our emotions, our dreams. Okay. Our patterns of behavior.
It's like we become these inner archaeologists.
I like that, yeah.
Digging through the layers of our minds.
Uncovering the hidden treasures.
And the weeds.
And the weeds, yes. The things that need to be cleared out.
Exactly. And as we pay more attention, we might start to notice things.
Like what?
Like symbols, recurring themes, patterns.
Those are often clues to where our energy might be stuck.
Okay, so let's say I keep having this dream about being chased.
Okay. Chased by what?
I don't know, just something scary.
Well, it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
Without knowing more about you.
Right.
But in general, dreams about being chased could suggest that you're feeling threatened.
Okay.
overwhelmed.
In my waking life.
Yeah, maybe there's something you're avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you feel like you're constantly running.
Yeah.
Without ever facing what's behind you.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
So recognizing the symbol, the chase, that's just the first step.
Right. Then what?
Then comes the real work.
Uh-oh.
It might involve facing those fears.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries.
Okay.
Exploring those parts of yourself that you've been running from.
Right. So it's a process.
It is a process.
Not a quick fix.
No magic bullet.
It's about making choices.
Yeah, conscious choices.
And taking action.
And remember, it's an ongoing process.
Okay.
Like tending that garden.
Right.
It requires constant attention, care.
And there will be challenges.
There will be. Just like in that hero's journey.
Yeah.
It's not a smooth path.
No, but those challenges, they make us stronger.
They do. Each time we face our shadow, each time we overcome a fear, we become a bit more whole.
More integrated.
Exactly. We're putting the pieces together.
I love that imagery.
And as we do this work,
we
move closer to that individuation.
Right. Becoming who we're truly meant to be.
Exactly.
It's amazing to think that just paying attention to our dreams.
It's powerful stuff.
Or noticing symbols.
It can be life-changing.
Can lead to such big changes.
Absolutely.
This whole deep dive has been incredible.
It's been a journey.
It has.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a whole new way of looking at the world.
I'm glad to hear that.
But I also feel like this is just the beginning.
It is. It always is.
There's so much more to explore.
Jung's work is like an endless ocean.
That's a great way to put it.
There's always more to discover.
Yeah, more to learn.
More to integrate.
More to become.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
It has been a pleasure diving deep with you.
Likewise.
And I hope our listeners have found this exploration as enlightening as we have.
This has been a deep dive into Carl Jung.
One of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century.
His theories on libido, symbolism, the shadow self.
The hero's journey.
It's also fascinating.
And so relevant to our lives today.
It really is.
You know, even though he wrote all this stuff decades ago.
It's timeless.
It is.
So if you're interested in learning more, definitely check out some of Jung's work.
There's a lot out there.
There is.
Books, articles, lectures.
But for now, we're going to sign off.
It's time to come up for air.
Yeah, but keep exploring. Keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time.
Subscribe to Jung's Daily Wisdom with Cecilia. Unlock a new story each day and journey deeper into the mysteries of your own mind.